A sudden and intense deluge of torrential rain on Sunday, September 14th, 2025, triggered severe flash flooding across Swansea, leaving roads impassable, cars submerged, and causing widespread disruption for residents and a major citywide event. The flooding peaked in the afternoon, transforming key traffic arteries into temporary rivers and bringing transport to a near standstill in several areas. The most dramatic scene unfolded at the Cumberland roundabout on Carmarthen Road, a vital link connecting different parts of the city. Video footage shared widely on social media showed the roundabout completely inundated, with several vehicles trapped in the deep, fast-flowing water. South Wales Police promptly sealed off the roundabout and diverted traffic through Pentragethin Road, warning that the closure would likely remain in effect for a considerable time. Eyewitnesses described a chaotic scene as motorists attempted to navigate the unexpected flood, with some abandoning their vehicles. "It came out of nowhere," said one local, describing the suddenness of the downpour. "1 minute the road was clear, the next it was a lake. My car just stalled, and I knew I had to get out." The flash flooding was not limited to the Cumberland area. South Wales Fire and Rescue Service reported multiple flooding incidents across the city, including in Killay and Manselton, where crews were deployed to respond to the high number of emergency calls.
It was earlier. The alarm.
Goderford Road in Killay was also closed in both directions between the Black Boy pub and the roundabout due to flooding, further exacerbating the traffic chaos. Further reports of minor flooding were noted on the Gower Peninsula, an area already under a flood alert. The sheer volume of rain in a short space of time overwhelmed drainage systems that were already challenged by a week of intermittent wet weather.
On the left-hand side.
The adverse weather presented a major challenge for the 5,000 runners participating in the annual Admiral Swansea Bay 10K race, which took place throughout the day. Organizers had been monitoring the weather conditions closely and had issued prior warnings for participants to dress appropriately. Despite the challenging conditions, runners pressed on, braving the wet and windy weather. Unfortunately, the day was not without incident, with Swansea Council confirming that one runner collapsed near the finish line and was taken to hospital. The event, however, largely proceeded as planned, with dedicated marshals and volunteers ensuring the safety of runners along the route, parts of which had to be carefully managed due to surface water. The day's events were precipitated by severe weather warnings issued by meteorological services. The Met Office had put a yellow weather warning for wind in place for all of Wales, effective from 8 p.m. on Sunday and lasting until 6 p.m. on Monday. Gusts of up to 70 miles per hour were anticipated in some exposed coastal areas, with the storm further intensifying the hazardous conditions on Sunday evening. The warning highlighted the potential for travel delays, power cuts, and large waves along coastal areas. In parallel, Natural Resources Wales, NRW, issued several flood alerts and warnings across the country, with Swansea and the Gower Coast being specifically mentioned. Several flood warnings were also in place elsewhere in Wales where flooding of properties was expected. The warnings came after a week of unsettled weather, following what was reported to be one of the driest springs on record, illustrating the extreme shift in weather patterns. Emergency services and local authorities worked tirelessly throughout Sunday and into Monday morning to manage the fallout from the flooding. South Wales Police, alongside the Fire and Rescue Service, coordinated the response, with local council highways teams also deploying crews to deal with the flooding hotspots. The public was advised to avoid non-essential travel in affected areas and to adhere to all road closures and diversions. The immediate aftermath saw local authorities commencing the cleanup operation and assessing the extent of the damage to infrastructure. While the floodwaters began to recede in some areas as the rain eased overnight, the long-term impact on roads and properties was yet to be fully assessed.
I bet it's cold, mate.
The events of September 14th, 2025 served as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of urban areas to flash flooding and highlighted the importance of robust emergency response and weather preparedness. Local councils and environmental agencies will continue to monitor the situation, especially with the weather warnings remaining in effect into Monday evening. As of 6 p.m., there is one flood warning in place for the River Dafan at Trostra, Llanelli, with potentially affected areas including properties in the Trostra area including the Industrial Park, Lower Trostra Road and parts of Trostra Retail Park. There are 8 flood alerts in Wales as of 6 p.m. Meanwhile, strong winds are causing disruption in Wales, with wind gust speeds expected to get worse through the day. Police were called to the scene of a crash on the M4 at Junction 36, Sarn. Traffic cameras from the area showed very wet driving conditions and poor visibility. The road was closed in the westbound direction between the off-slip and on-slip ramps. A statement from South Wales Police said, "It is expected to remain closed for some time. Please avoid the area and use alternative routes where possible. We're grateful for your patience. It has since cleared."
At the end of the
Police are also warning about flooding the Kille area of Swansea. Flash flooding also left cars marooned in Swansea. The Met Office has a yellow weather warning in place from 8 p.m. this evening until 6 p.m. on Monday. The M48 Severn Bridge has restrictions as the winds pick up. Flood warnings and alerts are also in place. South Wales Police said the Cumberland roundabout was fully closed and expected to remain closed for some time, with traffic diverted via Pentrygethon Road. The force added it was responding to a flood on Goder 4 Road, Kille, which is closed both ways from the Black Boy pub to the roundabout. Drivers have been advised to take alternative routes.